Hello, everyone. We're still in Las Vegas at the heart of the World Series of Poker main event. Fewer than 1,100 players remain out of the 10,000 who started. The bubble is behind us, but the tension hasn't eased one bit. With a stack that recently climbed close to the 1 million mark, Leo Margets now has real room to apply pressure on her opponents. Come on, Leo, set the pace.
Have you heard it do your voice?
No, I didn't do one until like 8 years, because they say it's magic when they do that. People deep run, and sometimes they start filming someone and they do deep run. So I hope the prophecy is true.
So far, so good.
Yeah, the blessing of being filmed by inside the mind of a pro. Historically, it's brought good luck to the team players, the ones who've been followed. Hopefully the prophecy comes true. All right, the table, if we put aside the player, who's 3 seats to my left, it's not very aggressive. Actually, it's pretty quiet. All right, the small blind with a huge stack. Let's see what he does. Okay, he completes.
You took his small blind, I think. So no, I have to talk. Yeah, you have to.
So like if nobody really wants to come up and hassle him, but they wait until like the most.
The small blind completes.
Doesn't seem like a hassle.
We see a flop.
My hand is technically an ISO, but I don't mind playing a small pot against a player with a ton of chips.
You can tell.
That's cool.
And a flop on which I could have either bet or checked, honestly. Is he gonna bet the turn? I think so, and my hand is too good to even consider folding.
Yeah, eventually. It would just be a basic feature after if you want to just turn it on. It would probably do it for you.
Yeah, I imagine that's coming.
27.
Ace high in a battle of the blinds. I have to continue. My goal is to make it to showdown.
Okay, drop out, go to your table.
Okay.
55,000? Oof. Would bluffs have bet bigger on the turn? I think he could have... No. I'm not sure I'm ahead against this sizing.
I mean, you can see it though. Compared to like 5 basic hands, like how many more jack ace big player like go out to 1-6.
But I do have ace high. Let's give him credit. I think his bluffs would have bet bigger. Yeah, this line, yeah. Simple as that.
He opened like these poker, like money rooms where you can win like tokens for prizes and stuff like that.
I don't know much about it, but
But even still like that, you can wait all the tables.
I was beating draws, but...
Like a couple of years. I think it comes to people in soccer. All those rooms are some people speak French. Je parle
Un peu français.
It's important not to get stuck dwelling on a hand that's already over.
Ottawa's in he's Indian.
He's got to eliminate, so he's one big one.
Raise from under the gun. It's clear that here my hand can 3-bet. I can also call. With my image being pretty loose, I think with this hand, in this spot, I can just call. Both lines are fine. But hey, by just calling, I can induce the short stacks to shove with hands they wouldn't have if I had 3-bet. Basically, my hand is too weak to call a 4-bet that isn't from a short stack and too strong to 3-bet fold. So yeah, I like the call. And well, very good flop, both for my hand and for my range. Under the gun bets. Honestly, the decision here is clear. I could raise, but there's not much point in raising in position. Actually, my opponent could have checked the flop, but well, he doesn't necessarily know what's optimal in this spot. He continues the aggression, and I don't see any other line besides calling. I suppose the range of value hands that keeps betting on the turn beats me, like ace-king, ace-jack, but he still has plenty of bluffs. Well, I suppose he has some like gut shots, spades, some small pairs, and now on the river, weird. He bet super fast on the flop and on the turn, and now on the river, he's taking forever. I don't know, it might be a tell. Alright, this river doesn't change anything. Maybe he was wondering whether he should give up his bluffs or if he has value. Or whether he wants to use his hand as a bluff catcher. Let's see. I really don't think he would have bet ace-9 or ace-10 on the turn. It's true that it's tricky to extract value from worse hands, but at the same time, I don't know, I expect all the hands better than mine to bet the river. So I'm pretty sure I have the best hand. And even though it's a bit thin, I think I'm going to try to extract some value. I'm expecting practically no check raises. Yeah, let's go. Let's see if he calls this value bet. Nah. I'm guessing he gave up a bluff.
So my very, very first
New
so
player,
I always
and he seems to be a good player.
wanted, the economy was terrible, right? And they came out with $1,000 buy-in. I forgot what they call it, the stimulus tournament.
I can't remember his name, but I know we've crossed paths
Okay.
before in a
So I have
tournament.
to pay-
Yes. Okay.
Wait, I get both of them.
Sure.
I don't remember exactly what they called it, but it was $1,000 tournament. I said, great, it's still World Series, right? So bought in, and like within the first half hour, I had lost like 2/3 of my chips, and they didn't give you a whole lot for $1,000, right? So then the whole rest of the tournament, because the lines went up pretty fast, the only decision I had was all in or hold, all in or hold, all in or hold. I actually made it to take two.
Open from the cutoff on my big blind, and well, a hand I'm definitely going to play. Sometimes I can 3-bet it. Calling is never going to be bad.
All right, now I know how to play the short stack.
Yeah, there you go.
Hands up.
Let's see what the flop brings. Pretty sexy flop. I think he's going to check a lot. Or if he bets, he won't go small on this texture. I know he's a pretty solid player. And yeah, indeed. About half pot. I can defend, but I can also raise. I have way more 2-pair than him. There are a lot of 10-8 combos, 4-8. I also have 4-8 suited. These are hands he doesn't have. Well, he has pocket tens, but so do I. And yeah, I like the check raise.
70.
With this aggressive line, right from the flop, I get folds from better hands, like some small pocket pairs that now have to fold, or overcards. Well, although all the overcards might have at least a gut shot. He calls. Wow, the turn is terrible for my range, both for my hand and for my range. Clear check. I could have continued on a lot of turns, but this one specifically, if my opponent bets, I'm going to have to fold to any sizing. It's good to think for a bit, but it's an obvious fold.
How do you get to be a team pro? How do you get to be a team pro?
Win a lot of money and have a good personality.
But the whole thing started because I played one of their events in Marrakech. That is an event that I used to go there, and I tweeted something like, wow, this is the best event ever, because I was having so much fun in the six mix. And then, I don't know, they approached me and we started talking.
Nice. Where are you from?
Barcelona,
Oh,
Spain.
Barcelona. Nice.
What about you?
I'm from Los Angeles.
So very close, right?
Very close, but I live in Miami.
Plan, please.
1 minute break, everybody. Please exit the tournament area with the action situated at your table. That way we can get everything picked up and reset to the next level. 20-minute break.
And second break of the day.
I think we're on break, right?
Yeah.
If all goes well, it's going to be a very long day, hopefully.
All right, players in our main event, you are now on a 20-minute break. Players, please make sure you fold and turn. And as always, if you use the restroom, please wash your hands. 20-minute break, everybody. Please exit the tournament area when the action is completed at your table. That way we can get everything picked up and reset for the next level. 20-minute break.
I'm going to stay and watch the hand. I want to take a break, but I'd rather gather as much information as possible.
Nine.
Seeing the hands that players take to showdown is really important. It lets you get a slightly better idea of how they play, a slightly more precise idea. All right, I'm reporting my stack to a friend. The support is really cool. People, both from Spain and other friends who are here, are keeping a close eye.
¿No? ¿Qué? ¿Cómo vas?
Bien, bien, bien. Para 1.1, ¿tú?
900.
900. Ah, mira. Nos están grabando aquí.
Ya, ya. Bueno, no pasa nada. Yo también, ¿sabes? Creo que no pondrás ni voz. En plan...
Que tiene que estar con una famosa.
¿Y qué? ¿Te está puteando mucho? No,
No, que va, no me importa. Vamos. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo va eso? Ah, estás en lo más.
Buenas. ¿Qué tal?
Vale, excelente. Bueno, gracias.
Venga. Oye, no, mi mesa está bien.
Sí, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo vas tú?
Esos 900... ¿Poco? Sí, poco. Nada, he tenido un par de botes que he pagado y pay y no puedo meter nada.
La mesa,
pero,
¿qué tal?
tío, es
¿Mesa
una locura.
dura?
No, es mega... O sea, que son súper simpáticos todos.
Sí. Ah, sí, ¿no?
O sea, que estamos hablando muchísimo, nos
Sí,
estamos...
mesa, buen rollo, ¿no? En la mesa.
Cero...
Eso suele ser buena señal.
Con relación a la tuya.
La mía, tengo un par de jugadores regulares. O sea, que es un poco más complicada, pero bueno, no está mal, no está mal. La verdad que no está mal. No me puedo quejar. Las hay peores, seguro.
Para día 4 que flipas, ¿eh? Tengo una info confidencial que te va a molar.
Ah, sí, vale.
Que me han pasado por el chat de Wina que se van a jugar 4 niveles y medio y no 5.
Ah, bueno.
Da la puta vida.
Sí, mejor,
Hoy.
mejor, si no se alarga mucho.
Hostia, es que acabaríamos 2 y media,
Sí,
si no.
tal cual. No, mucho mejor, mucho mejor. Mucho mejor. Pero bueno, sí, porque además ya se hace duro si no tantos niveles.
Sí, ya.
You're coming back to your table, you see chicks on a rack. Do not unrack them. Dealers, if the players try to unrack them, just call the floor over, please.
All right, we're starting back. Damn. This cushion is a lifesaver. Thank goodness. Although, when my hamstring is crying.
All right, players, welcome back from break and carry on. 6,000, 12,000, 12,000. Dealers, please shuffle up and deal. Guys, no running. Please do not run. Anybody running will get a penalty. One of you guys broke Bob's hip last year. No running, please. Plan accordingly.
It's really hard to find the perfect temperature at the horseshoe. All right, great hand. Let's play it.
25.
Raise 25,000.
It would be a bit annoying if a short stack went all in, because it's a playable hand, but one I obviously can call with.
Vamos a ver un flop.
Vamos. ¿Qué juegas? 400. Cats. ¿Por?
Looks like the big blind wants to see a flop. Interesting flop. I still have the advantage, even though he has some two pair that I don't. In another position, I'd bet big, but opening from under the gun, I think I can afford a small bet of 1/3 of the pot, since my range is stronger. The thing is, I'm expecting a certain frequency of check raises. I hope he won't do it, but there's the raise. Let's see. He has more sets than I do, and he has 4-5, which I don't have, but oh well. I think he's going to have a lot of bluffs too. Bluffs with 4x, 5x, with backdoors, maybe even without backdoors. Let's see. If he's overplaying it, my hand is an obvious float. It has a lot of backdoor potential. And actually, this turn card is pretty good. It narrows his value range quite a bit. And my opponent checks. With 8 high, I have to bet just like I would with my best hands. Ideally, he'd fold, obviously. What hands could continue calling me? I think the bluffs are going to give up and therefore check fold. What value hands could he check call with here? Maybe some medium pairs. He's thinking a lot. Damn it. I wasn't expecting that. All right, I'm going to fold quickly. He clearly has a hand. Yeah, maybe maybe at 3x that he checked, assuming I was going to continue.
Yeah, I know. All you know is
I
bluff.
don't know.
You're only English.
Either
bluff.
way, well played on his part.
You know bluff?
¿Sí?
Rato de ratón.
Todo junto, ¿eh?
No,
Aquí, te encontré.
eso. Ahí está una ahora no.
Ahora hago aceptar. Aceptar.
No.
No veo nada. Ah, vale. Vale. Oye, gracias, ¿eh? Is mine?
Yeah.
We try to do it?
Not so much, but yeah. Got 1-year-old.
All right, this beautiful ace deuce of clubs is worth opening from middle position.
Coming to the live to get my revenge.
25.
25.
He's fair.
I've never been to. I'd like to go. I'd like to go one.
Yeah. Usually that'd be time from those kind of places.
Well, I bet all of my chips.
All right, all in for not much.
Here's a dolly.
Can you push it forward? Yeah, he's got a line.
Really not much, so I would have called with any hand I'd have opened. Well, before seeing what he has, I think I've got a chance.
Me is 41.
41.
No. Yes, 41.
41.
All right, that's literally 3 big blinds.
You don't have to call me. You.
Oh my god, she's raising me with ace deuce? Wow.
And well, he's got me absolutely dominated.
You just,
Wow.
Always fat.
Oh, it's over. I'm drawing dead.
Pretty good at the ball.
42, no?
41.
41.
Discount for you.
25.
Yeah, okay.
Back in it again.
Indeed.
I double my friend up again. He's hanging in there. What a grind with such a short stack.
You got all this versus guy in this way.
And a new player who's sitting down in seat 9.
Now I have one.
for sure. Now you
I have one.
Now you have one.
Now we have 2 camera crews.
He doesn't ring a
One
bell,
camera.
although he's hiding behind his mask.
Wow.
Maybe you guys can share
Well,
footage.
big camera.
Ah?
Big camera. Small camera.
Shooting that you're not calm. They can clean that up here.
I like my table because there's a nice atmosphere. I like almost all the players. Obviously, it's not the most important thing, but it's always nice to have a good time. A lot of hours spent at the table.
You got chips now. You can come in and put it. You got chips now.
Deja vu. The cutoff opens again on my big blind, and he's got 33 big blinds. Let's see what I have. Ace 9. It's an obvious defense.
Like 420, no? It's like I don't see how many stacks are behind. Thank you.
A hand that's too weak to 3-bet for value and too strong to do it as a bluff. So let's see a flop. All right, here, I'm always gonna check.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm expecting a c-bet almost 100% of the time. He bets 38 into 66. I like his sizing. I like that it's a bit bigger than what people usually do. It's clear that he's a reg. A sizing like that can give you a lot of information. It's a slightly more polarized sizing, but in any case, it's an obvious call with my hand.
$38.
38.
$2,000.
Oh, okay.
$2,000.
A deuce that completes the flush draws.
Check.
If my opponent keeps betting, it's going to be a tough decision. Let's see the sizing.
Is Doug still on?
Yeah, I busted yesterday with 18 versus teams.
I'm only beating his bluffs, honestly. I don't think he has hands he'd bet for value that are worse than mine.
I'll open the door. Right.
One, two.
What could he be betting here? Pocket pairs? As a bluff, he could be betting pocket pairs, a king X, a 10x. Against a player like him, it's tricky. I think he still has a few bluffs, but there aren't any good rivers and... Alright, I fold.
Oh.
Poker player back now, I guess.
25.
Whatever. And then he goes up to me and he goes, outside. Come on. How much for it?
Leave him, like,
That was the dick. Or was it just didn't say that?
Pocket tens, standard open.
Raise. 25.
And, ooh, looks like the player to my left wants to try something. He calls. I think this is the first hand he's played all day. He's got me covered. It would be interesting if he went all in now. My buddy? But no. Let's see what my friend does. He might want to continue this aggressive dynamic between us. He certainly doesn't look like he wants to fold. Let's check his stack. I can't see it well. I don't know how many big blinds that is. Oh, he goes all in. All right, the dealer's going to tell me. Well, almost all in. He's left himself 4 chips behind.
How much?
Let's see exactly how much he shoved. I think it's about 25, 30 big blinds, it seems.
Look at this situation. He's using the big blind with my hand, where he knows my calling, he's going to tank for 5 minutes. Like,
I think the best move here is to isolate.
but it was the exact situation like this. It would go open, call, all in.
I don't think he has many traps behind me. The player who called from the hijack and... Yeah, my hand. It's a hand that benefits from isolating here.
369.
Horrible. He doubled me up 20. On the screen, I had
All right.
he opens with 9-5 off.
I'm all in.
10K.
Ollie.
I 3-bet him for 31. So with 8 in his face.
He's grumbling a bit, but he looks like he's going to fold. Nice. He folds. Let's see.
One spade. And he
Okay.
checks. Okay, he calls it 9-5.
What does he have? Ace queen. A flip. Come on, come on, come on. Super important. Come on, come on, come on. Good, good. Come on, hold. All right. Too bad. Too bad. That was a nice pot.
369.
369.
Okay, suerte.
But oh well. We've been running pretty well against him until now. I like him a lot less now. Honestly, he seems like a nice guy, and I like that we're going at it. That's poker at the end of the day.
381.
381. 375.
81.
80.
81.
1.
Yeah.
Well, it annoys me to double up a good player, who's clearly not going to make things easy for me now that he's got a much more comfortable stack. Seriously, I started the break with $1 million, and now I'm down to 180,000. But oh well, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is making the right decision, so we stay focused and keep going.
You regret folding?
It's a roller coaster.
Up and down, up and down. You wouldn't notice that. You wouldn't notice that, would you? I know. I could have been out of here.
It's just smooth sailing for him.
Huh?
Smooth sailing for him.
Yeah, he's
And well, in poker, that's just how it is. Everything can change at any moment. You have to be ready to adapt to every new situation. So, well, I went from having a huge stack to being a bit short, but I'll keep making the best possible decisions.
Me?
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm going to open with this ace-jack. I've got 16 big blinds. I could have shoved, but in this tournament, it's much more plus EV to open with this hand. I don't want to take on the variance of going all in.
Raise. 24.
Actually, it's an obvious open fold if anyone pushes back. Well, unless it's from a very short stack. But I opened from early position. Is he going to call? No. But yes, weird. He called with 7 big blinds. Honestly, I have no idea what his range is. The thing is, with this micro stack, He shouldn't even have any traps. Given that I opened with 16 big blinds, this is really weird. And the button? He also calls? Wow, what a weird spot. I'm a bit lost right now. Honestly, it's... Maybe the button can be a bit wider, but still, it's a really weird spot.
3 players.
Interesting. I could bet 1/5, check. I've got the ace of diamonds. I don't know. I think I'm going to check. Yeah, honestly, I don't know where I stand. Is he capable of having a trap here? I don't think so. But well, you never know 100%.
How much are you told? Just teasing. Everyone seems to be asking. That seems to be the question to ask.
Check.
He checks, huh?
Check around.
Well, after this sequence, the button is capped, and I think I could start betting and take down the hand, but it's tricky. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure. This is a spot I'm really not sure about. A very small bet, because it's also true that sometimes you project your thought process onto the other players, and it's not always the case. Maybe my friend just wanted to see the flop. And he missed completely. And I'm a bit lost on the button's range. But oh well. And I think I need to take advantage of my perceived range advantage to bet, so I think it was a good move to bet 30,000. I think that's enough in this multi-way pot.
We wanted to hit that flop.
And well, good. Let's see, the button shouldn't have a lot of strong hands. The only strong hand maybe is pocket fours. That's 3 combos. I don't know, this hand's been weird from the start. Oof, the jack. I don't need to wonder whether to bluff. The question is, do I have value? I don't know if there's a worse hand that would call me, I'm not really sure. And what if I check? Does he have a missed draw that would bluff? Well, it worked out perfectly. Check. Honestly, that was a very weird hand, but oh well, an important pot.
I'm like treading water here, which is great. Nice hand.
Thank you.
Will you
hit a face up early.
Everyone's playing pretty.
50 for you. 50 for him.
I tanked this morning a lot.
Thank you.
Fast, guys, fast. Come on.
Fast.
Save me 6K.
Make it real big space.
Yeah, make it 150 under the gun. Plus 3. Right.
Middle position opens. Oof, king 9 of clubs. Wow, with my stack, a 3-bet looks really strong, and I think this is the perfect hand to do it.
Yes, too many yellows.
Yeah, plus I don't need to go very big.
That's crazy. I didn't even know. I've heard of that name.
Yeah. I think I'm going to play it as a 3-bet bluff.
Huh? Yeah, I know.
I get to play heads up almost every time, since honestly I don't expect a lot of folds. Yeah, I'm going to 3-bet. Because I'm going to make it really small.
55.
Raise 55,000.
And well, if someone 4-bets behind, then I've got a fold that doesn't hurt me.
Ooh, let's go. Guys, you guys fucked me over. Here you go. Now I'm tilted. Let's see. Got-
Looks like they've got tough decisions, but hopefully they'd rather go for dinner than play the hand. Come on, fold. Really, my perceived range is pretty strong, so if there were action behind, there are never any bluffs. And this is the first hand I play against this player.
Huh?
So look forward to the beer, okay?
I started with
255.
Time regulars in the main event complete the hand that Johnson and bears on a 75-minute dinner break. 75-minute dinner break for the main event. Once again, we're racing off the 1K.
He's got great odds.
Any extra 1Ks out in front of your stack to be raced off before you
He has to
leave
call
for
with
break.
practically every hand
Any
he's
1Ks
open.
found in your stake after the break will simply come out of play. Thank you and enjoy your dinner.
Indeed, he calls. Very good flop for my range, honestly. He checks. I think here, with a bet of about 20% or even less, it could work, yeah. Clearly, I want to go really small. I've got good backdoors, and it's a flop that hits my range much more than his. Oof, perfect, great. Amazing. I love it when a plan goes perfectly. Great. About 30 big blinds heading into the dinner break.
¿Cómo va, Leo?
Ahí estamos, me había quedado con un poquillo, ahora he hecho tener una manilla que ha sido un poco guay, pero aquí me estoy divirtiendo un montón.
Mucho ánimo.
Venga, suerte. ¿Tú cómo vas?
Me acabo de poner con 700 algo, en plan de bien, en plan de no me quejo, la verdad. He empezado un nivel con 150, así que...
Ya, de locos. Oye, pues que te siente bien la cena.
It's been a super fun day. I feel like I've played a ton of hands and I don't regret any decision. So far, so good. And now I think I'm going to head back to the apartment. I need a bit of peace and quiet, some mental silence. I don't feel like staying here. Yeah, plus we've got 75 minutes, so I've got plenty of time.
Una hora.
And well, the advantage of having the apartment so close is that it allows me to go home during the dinner breaks, which is something I really like. And now, with renewed energy to face the last 2 hours of the day, or maybe 4, well, I'll find out soon enough. What a marathon the main event is.
stack tables.
Hello. Good dinner?
I just had a sandwich. I had to make a few phone calls, and by the time I was done, I just had to grab something quick.
I guess you can, yeah. I mean, but not work or work related. Just yeah, personal stuff. 50, 250, 3, 360.
All right, tournament dealers in the main event coming back with a 10,000 small, 15,000 big. Shuffle up and deal. 10, 15, 15.
He opens from early position, the player who plays high-stakes PLO.
Where do you get that sweater at? It's nice.
And let's see.
You just need to play Triton.
No, I know. But
No.
You got it at Triton? That's nice. Fucking sick. I might just fly out there just to buy the sweater.
He's the player I've played the biggest pots of the day with.
I figured that.
That's what you got, right?
And wow, ace-king in the small blind with 19 big blinds. Well, my move is obvious.
400,000?
Yeah.
More than that.
Yeah, I was gonna say 200 is like one buy-in.
Yeah, no, it's almost 20 big blinds, and there's no point in making a size 3 bet. It's obvious, I'm going to shove. Alright, let's think for a couple of seconds so it's not automatic, but the decision is made.
All in.
All in.
Let's see. Ah, he folds quickly. Great.
Go, one
Every
time
bit
for
counts.
Jen. This one.
So true, Leo. Every chip counts, especially in the middle of this difficult stretch you're going through. A few missed bluffs, and above all, one massive coin flip dropped you below the 20 blind mark. But then you regrouped, found the strength to push forward again, and recovered some of those lost chips. The comeback is underway. You'll need to pick up a few more pots to get through this 4th day of the main event. Either way, we'll be right there with you in the next episode of Inside the Mind of a Pro.